Anyway, how did we get here, y'all? I don't know how we get here, but it's time to take our talents to Baltimore, because my favorite station, Fox 45, is on the case. They be on it. They gonna tell the real. They're gonna investigate. They're gonna ask the questions. They're gonna be in their face because they not playing them games, okay? They said, we gonna get to the bottom of a city in crisis. Shout out to Baltimore. If you are from Baltimore, stand up for your city. Shout out to BLJ in the building. What in the unseasoned check-em wangs is going on here, child? I think she might be Miss G's sister. Remember, Miss G was the woman with no teeth with the bald head on Kendra G. Miss Vera could have been her sis, all right? She was stealing them chicken wings and nobody knows why, how, when, and where it went. We're going to hope that she was trying to, at minimum, try to feed the community, the homeless or something like that. Girl, that be your best defense, child. Good luck to Vera, though, okay? Y'all know I don't like to see grannies and aunties in trouble, but I can't be defending foolishness either, okay? Let me get situated, because it's time for Fox 45, child. We got to see what's going on with the Squeegee kids, all right? So here's the update. This is specific about the Squeegee kid who deleted that man when they was out on the corners way back like last year when they shouldn't have been, even though Doogie Howser, the mayor, don't seem to give a daggone, because all he cares about is being mayor, being reelected, and being cool with all the blacks, which is basically the sissies. Yes, sis, go sis, okay? So what happened is that Doogie said, we're going to come up with a program for the Squeegee kids. They're not doing anything wrong. They're just trying to do things for their family. They're just trying to feed their family. They're not doing anything wrong. Then here come all the motorists saying, they broke this, they stole this, they threatened me, they showed a GUN, they took this, I gave them $1, it wasn't enough, they stole my wallet, they took my phone, all that should just disappear. That's crazy talk. Those people crazy. The Squeegee kids would never do that. They're like, oh, angels at the corners just waiting for you to come so they can bless you. Bless you. That's why they're here. Okay. So what happened is that I can't think of the man's name, got out of the car because the Squeegee kid wasn't, doing what he asked him to do, which is probably don't touch my car, but they're going to do it anyway because they're very intimidating. But Doogie's still going to sit up here and act like, no, they're good kids. They're doing a good thing, even though it's technically against the law, right? So now that gentleman is deceased and now the trial has started for this 14-year-old at the time, if I'm not mistaken, he might be 15 or 16 by now. And of course, they want to give him a deal. His lawyers, Ben Crump Jr., not really Ben Crump, but Ben Crump Jr. out here saying that, no, it's not his fault. He's just a child. He's just a child, y'all. Everybody a child till they not. Then you got his friend or sister on here saying he didn't do anything wrong. He just defended himself. He could come out and go to college and have a great life. Yeah, sis. Okay. His mama, his good mama, basically said the same thing. Okay. So they tried to keep him in juvenile court, and the judge ruled and said, no, ma'am. No, sir. You are going to be tried as an adult. So score 1 for Baltimore for that. Before we get to this, in the meantime, Doogie said, oh, Squeegee, come up with your own plan. And if you don't go to the corners, we'll pay you money. So we're going to just give you money for no reason, as long as you don't go out on the streets. Now, mind you, they don't have nobody's name. They ain't got a list. They don't know who they are, but they out there tossing money to people. So they being taught early, go out here and do whatever I want. And somebody just going to give me money for free. That's how I see it. Maybe y'all see it differently. Okay. So they were supposed to start, I think, sometime in January, probably the beginning of the year, where they weren't supposed to be out there anymore because they're getting paid money. So there's no need to be out there. But guess what? They're still out there. Of course they are. Did we think, these are productive citizens. They're doing it for their family. You're allegedly getting money. Why are you out here terrorizing the citizens and the tourists? Let's not forget, this is the Baltimore Inner Harbor area. The people that work there at all the hospitals in Baltimore. But Doogie doesn't care because he's catering to the blacks, the black women specifically. Now that you've gotten the update, let's see what Fox 45 has found. So this says the judge calls teen facing red rum charge in Squeegee shooting not teachable. Don't know what that means. We about to find out. Let me turn the music down, child, because we got to hear this. Hold on. We got to turn the music down.
7 months after the murder of Timothy Reynolds, Fox 45 News is learning more about what led up to the fatal shooting.
Police say a 15-year-old Squeegee kid shot and killed Reynolds at the intersection of Light and Conway Streets in the Inner Harbor last July. Now, that Squeegee kid is now being charged as an adult in Reynolds' death. Fox
45 News was kept out of the courtroom when a judge decided to keep the case in adult court. Well, today we're learning why a judge made that decision because of a motion Fox 45 filed to unseal the hearing.
So Fox 45, like I said, ain't playing no games. They said, we want to know what happened since he being tried as an adult. What happened? All right. They go on it. They said, you're not going to play us. We the only radio station news program that's investigating. We want to know the truth. Come on, y'all.
Fox 45's Mackenzie Frost has the story you're seeing first on Fox.
We were barred from attending that juvenile transfer hearing back in November, so we really had no idea what was being said inside the courtroom. We filed a motion to unseal the hearing and ultimately a judge agreeing with us. Now, for the first time, we know exactly what was said and what led the judge to decide to keep this teen in the adult court system. After being kept in the dark about what happened inside the Juvenile Justice Center on November 17th, this order from a judge after Fox 45 News filed a motion unsealing the hearing involving the 15-year-old Squeegee kid accused of shooting and killing Timothy Reynolds on July 7th, 2022. Defense attorney Jay Wendell Gordon can be heard describing his client, who was 14 at the time of the shooting, as a kid who was in summer school at Digital Harbor High. And the kid was...
Oh, he was a good boy being raised by a good mama. You know, it's always he dressed good. He used to have fun. He made me laugh. He was the light of my life. You light up my life. Don't know who's singing it, but I know that's a song, child. Some woman. But anyway, he was a good boy. They always good boys. They never doing anything wrong. They're the best of the best of the best. Whether it's 3 a.m., 4 a.m., or in the afternoon when they're being told not to do it. And they do it anyway. Sound like a good boy to me.
Would Squeegee in his spare time to earn some money for school clothes or school supplies.
Oh. I tell you, such a sweet kid. These Squeegee kids and Squeegee kid out here on the corner, they just trying to get school supplies. They just trying to get clothes. Oh my God. Of course they are. Of course that's what. And where was my head at? I'm all wrong. I'm wrong. They doing the right thing. Okay. All right. They just out here, they trying to get the clothes so they can go to school or not go to school and earn that .013 grade point average, because this is exactly where that was in Baltimore. Okay. Y'all, I ain't even been talking about Baltimore lately. You already know they off the hook. Well, they've been off the hooker longer. I said that all wrong, but I know what I'm talking about. They off the hook. Okay. But they just try and get some clothes. They try and feed their families. Okay, yeah, we just trying to do the damn thing. Yeah, shout out to Ty here, Debbie Boone. All right, Debbie Boone. Shout out to Debbie Boone. That was my song way back in the day. I think it's like a 70s song or something. Had to sing it in school. Child, they had me in chorus. I don't know why. That's probably why I be singing all the time. Anyway, let's get back to it. Come on, Fox 45.
But that's not what his own mother said back in August.
He was saving up to buy his own Airbnb for his birthday on the 8th.
Did you hear that mess? Good mama said the 14-year-old was saving up to buy his own Airbnb. An entrepreneur at all stages in life. I'm pretty sure that that's exactly what he was going to do. I believe him. He had an entrepreneurial spirit. He knew where he was going and what he wanted to do. He wanted to make money. Maybe he was going to go buy one over on the Eastern Shore. Maybe he was going to go buy one up in Martha's Vineyard or the Hamptons, get an Airbnb. Atlanta, shout out to the ATL. all the places where people go, Myrtle Beach, maybe even in Florida. He had plans. Got it. He had plans to buy an Airbnb, but he lost it all over a random man for no reason. Okay, makes sense to me. But let's go. Come on, Fox 45. Come on. But you see his mama. She a good mama.
Hearing confirmation of what Fox 45 News reported in November about the possibility of the suspect being involved with the gang, the Crips. Assistant State's Attorney Michael Dunty presenting photos. One showing the suspect grabbing a backpack police say had the gun used to kill Tim Reynolds.
I know you effing lying. You trying to tell me that they got video, cameras, pictures? What? You trying to tell me in this day and age that there are cameras, if not someone recording, and pictures in a city as kind and nice and sweet and no problems as Baltimore? What? He is gang affiliated? Affiliated? What? You trying to tell me that one of these nice squeegee kids that's just trying to earn some money to open an Airbnb, trying to get school supplies, trying to get school clothes, has some dealings with a gang? I know you effing lying. Somebody lying.
Another photo showing the backpack with blue on it, along with the murder weapon and a blue bandana. Other photos, all with the colors washed out, except for one, blue. The United States Department of Justice recognizes the Crips' known color as blue. Warren Brown, one of the suspect's defense attorneys, previously told Fox 45 News he didn't believe his client is a Crip member.
They seemed to indicate that was evidence that he had belonged to the Crips, but we didn't have any independent evidence of that, and he certainly didn't admit to it.
Brown dismissing the photo said,
I mean, that's what he's supposed to say. I ain't even mad at Grandpa because he's the defense attorney. So that's what he ain't gonna be out here and be like, listen, this ninja child. No, he ain't gonna do that. So I can't even be mad at him, right? But then he's gonna say, oh, and he said he didn't. Boy, good effing bye. The suspect said, no, I'm not a part of any gang. What else he gonna say? While we over here supposedly to believe that he was trying to get an Airbnb. Goodbye, sir.
Saying they aren't proof of gang affiliation. But during the hearing, Dr. Paul Archibald, a social worker who evaluated the defendant after his arrest, argued the defendant suffered from racial trauma stemming from various incidents in his life that can manifest as PTSD. But
oh my God. Y'all, I don't even know what to say. So in other words, white supremacy, discrimination, and racism. I wonder where they get that from. This is why we can't get anywhere, because we want to use every effing thing and say it is one of those three things, toss in slavery as well. If this kid had a problem, would that not be his mama's responsibility to do something? But she over here talking about he trying to open an Airbnb. She about as stupid as a brick. But she a good mama. He out there getting money to get his Airbnb. Son husband. But now it's a problem. Now that he done committed a crime, a red rum, being in a place that he shouldn't have been in, doing something that he shouldn't have been doing. I also blame Doogie for this. I blame Doogie for this. Allegedly, my 2 cents, my thoughts, because he didn't do anything about it. Before this happened, we have been talking about this and said, if something happens, it's on his head. Something happened, it's on his head, because he wouldn't do anything about it. Now, mind you, I don't think that police resources should be used in order to keep kids off the daggone corner. You find their parent, FINE, their parent, and either they're going to accumulate and get them to stop. City is going to pot. And all Doogie is worried about is making sure that he basically keeps good with the community, because that's what it is, the community, okay? But we really gonna sit up here and try to say, oh, he's been dealing with racism. Where? You ain't surrounded by nothing but Negroes. Where the racism at? Where? Don't tell me it was when you was out there squeegeeing because you wasn't supposed to be out there. Was it racism because the man was white and he got out of the car and said, don't touch my car, allegedly? Is that where the racism is? Racism all his life? You know damn well you around a bunch of Negroes. You around Krishan Rock and her family, her mom and dad and brothers and sisters and people like them. All the people we've taken a look at. We're going to talk. This is why, there's another reason why we ain't getting nowhere. We can't get nowhere. Ain't nothing going nowhere because it's all about blame, shame, make somebody else explain and take the blame. Now it's racism. Reverse racism. Reverse racism. To the left racism. To the right racism. I'm sorry. Twilight effing zone, y'all. Twilight zone. I can't take it. It's too much. Shout out to Big Hawk, Yonkers native in the building. Appreciate you being here. Good supporter. He's got a channel, y'all. He over there talking the good talk as well. Please consider following him. Thank you so much, sir, for being here. And thank you for the $5. Thank you for the support. I appreciate you guys. Let me run that back because you just cannot make this ish up. I got to get me another machine. I sent the other machine back, y'all, because I might need to get this on tape. So as soon, before they even say it, I'm going to push the button and be like, racism. Because it's racism. You live around all black people. You go to an all black school. Everybody in your face is black, but it's racism. Because it's always racism.
Brown dismissing the photos, saying they aren't proof of gang affiliation. But during the hearing, Dr. Paul Archibald, a social worker who evaluated the defendant after his arrest, argued the defendant suffered from racial trauma stemming from various incidents in his life that can manifest as PTSD. But Dr. Archibald failing to mention specific trauma instances in his report.
Oh, so there's no specific incident. It's just, let's just make it up and say it could be that. So let's go ahead and use it. Shout out to people that really do have PTSD, not in a positive shout out way, but that truly have it. People that have been in the military specifically is what I'm thinking of. Okay. And so now they're trying to take a real trauma that people have and just apply to any little gremlin in the street so that they can be out here gremlinizing, doing whatever they want while their good mama supports it. And their friend talks about he going to college. He going to come out, he going to go to college and he going to live a good life. Meanwhile, as Zwift says, Mr. Lewis is in jail with no bond, a productive member of society, an adult, a hardworking man, a home, a father, but he can't get out because the gremlin is winning. The gremlins are winning, unfortunately.
During his testimony, it's revealed the mental health community has yet to accept this racial trauma diagnosis. Later, the prosecutor can be heard asking the defense witness if he asked the suspect about possible gang affiliation. Dr. Archibald said he never did. The case clearly weighing heavily on Judge Charles Dorsey during the hearing. Before denying the transfer, Dorsey says, "I didn't ask for this case, but I put on this robe. I like to think I'm a man of integrity, a man who follows the law." The judge calling the 15-year-old a threat to public safety and says he's never shown remorse for his actions or empathy for the family of Tim Reynolds.
First of all, let me shout out the judge for doing the right thing. Secondly, the gremlin has no remorse. Are you kidding me? He has no empathy and sympathy, but somehow, some way, people want to put on me that I'm supposed to have empathy and sympathy for these gremlins who's out here gremlinizing all these daggone communities because they're good mamas. As long as they alive, they think they're a good mama. Long as the kid's alive, I'm doing the damn thing. I ain't got sugar honey iced tea. Ain't trying to get sugar honey iced tea. All I'm trying to do is just be out here, make him go out into these streets, get this daggone Section 8, wait 15 daggone years, get these food daggone stamps, F another man, have another kid, F another man, have another kid. And I got it going on. Don't own nothing, ain't got nothing, ain't trying to get nothing. Long as the kid is alive, long as he got his Jordans, long as we keep giving Michael Jordan more money and Nike, I ain't gonna look into no credit card, no savings account, keeping nothing to myself. Every inch of money I get, I'm gonna spend. I'm gonna get them Jordans. I'm gonna get that Gucci, Fucci, Lucci, and Poochie, whether it's real or not. Keep nothing, teach him nothing. But I'm a good mama. He's 14 when this happened. 14. I'm a vote, not a good mama. But that's just me, okay? You need to know where your kid is and what your kid is doing and where he at and who he with and how's it going. They know where it is. You can't tell me nothing different. This is not just because of The Wire. This is just how the community typically works. Not because I've been in it, just because I can see and I understand, I can read and I can hear, okay? They put them kids out there. They know where they at. They know what they doing. It runs in the family sometimes. Even though your daddy not here, he was in the, I don't know, child, whatever these gang names are. What's it called? YSL. When I heard YSL, I'm like, Young Thug is working with Yves Saint Laurent? Why would I think a Young Slime something? Young Slime Life. I think Yves Saint Laurent. Oh no, that's not what it is. It's a gang called Young Slime Life. They can come up with these names for these gangs. They can figure out how to get the GUNs. They can figure out how to get the DRUGSs. They can figure out how to get these kids on the corner. They can figure out how to show them how to do that. They can figure out how to make them, get the young ones. So hopefully nothing will happen to them. Mama be in on it. You can get this much money, mama. We need you here. You get this much money, mama. Okay, yeah. Okay, and then I get my benefits. Then I can have another kid. Then I can put them on my benefits. And then I can get more. And now I'm about to do my taxes. And now I'm going to get more. Okay? It never ends. It never ends. Like that's the lost generation. Who said it the other day? Angry Man says, the worst of us has outbred the best of us. And that is like the best comment so far of 2023, besides mine. I'm going to give him 1.1. Okay. He may have come up with it in 2022. The worst of us has outbred the best of us. And they're taking over. And then you got mostly Black women, I'm calling it, out here with the Democrats being fooled by what the agenda is. Sitting up here talking about defund the police, sitting up here talking about bail reform because all your son husbands is going to jail because they all out here in the streets. You know they in the streets, but you want bail reform so your son can come back home so that he can continue to make money for mama. And then he finally does something crazy, gets caught, and now it's, oh my God, not my baby, not my son. He just trying to open an Airbnb. He just trying to go on vacation. He just trying to, what did they say? Buy school supplies. Y'all could have came with a better lie than that. Stop it. School supplies. That was the telltale right there. He buying school clothes and school supplies. Not. He go over there funding Michael Jordan. That's what he doing. It ain't even like these people take this opportunity, loosely using the word opportunity, make this money in order to figure out a way to get out of your own situation. You don't even think to do that. Nope. You're just going to go ahead and continue to do it over and over again because we'll never get caught because we all know the odds are that you'll never get caught, right? Nothing ever will go wrong with this life, right? Don't even think about the future, only thinking about right now. And we supposed to have empathy and sympathy for this? Shout out to the judge.
The judge ending his remarks by saying, even though the Department of Juvenile Services has programs available, the evidence is overwhelming. This defendant is not amenable to treatment because of his lack of willingness. There is no evidence of him being teachable.
Not the young man that's trying to make money to open up the Airbnb. Shouldn't he be teachable? That don't make sense. Somebody lying.
On the phone, defense attorney Warren Brown telling Fox 45 News he still disagrees with the judge's ruling, arguing their client doesn't have a criminal record.
It'd be different if we tried this and we tried that and tried this in the juvenile system and none of it worked. We haven't tried anything on him. Zero. I don't think that there's going to be any consideration to the fact that is a 15-year-old, 14 at the time.
The hearing ending with the defendant being taken out in his yellow jumpsuit and handcuffs. Towards the end of the hearing, both defense attorneys were arguing about whether they were willing to admit that the defendant and their client had a gun in the first place. And again, we only know this information because we fought the court system to get the hearing unsealed.
Well, before we get to Doogie, shout out to McKenzie and Fox 45 again, because they said, you're not going to push us up out of here. We want to know what's going on, because they know this is foolishness too. People really think that the rest of us are dumb. I really think that there's a lot of people out here that's just like, all right, we'll just say it and everybody's dumb and no one's ever going to question anything and we'll just get away with it. We'll just say that, you know, he's trying to buy clothes and he doesn't do anything wrong. He's a good baby. He's a good boy. He's doing this. He's doing that. People just don't go around here, in my opinion, I could be wrong, just REDRUMMED people just because they ain't got nothing else better to do that day. Just because they ain't got nothing else better to do that daggone day. And that man, the white man, sorry, I can't think of his name, Timothy Reynolds, did get out of the car because nobody had no business touching his property, but they don't see it that way. Because they're being intimidating. And then I'm glad they said that he shows no, not glad that he's doing it, but glad that they said that he's showing no remorse. He has no empathy and he ain't teachable. We already knew this, allegedly. Okay. So I'm sure that all the sissies will be on board with this commentary because it's negative against this gremlin, of course. But all I'm saying is that it starts with his mama. He 14. So that's the part they not gonna like. Yes, sis, it start with his mama, his good mama that wasn't mothering him. Popped him out and said, do what you do because mama need a new pair of shoes. She probably is looking for Jordans, allegedly.
Created the Squeegee Collaborative to stop squeegeeing and hopefully reduce conflicts in the city. That plan was announced in November and went into effect last month. However, critics don't think much has changed.
I still have a lot of problems when I come to the city now, you know, when I do stop at lights and see them at the corners.
Coming up at 10:30 on Fox 45, we'll hear that man's story of a heated exchange with the Squeegee kid he says happened hours before Timothy Reynolds was killed.
Whew, child. Good luck to that man. Not the kid, the white man, whatever his story was, but Baltimore is a mess.